All right, all right. Welcome back to Studio 39, aka the Bear Cave. I'm Rob Odie, and this is Spotlight 39, coming to you live just like we do every single Monday through Thursday, pretty much at or around 8 p.m. I'm gonna throw a little side note, man. I've been failing to mention it. I got my man Project Pat, aka Pat Ricard, two-time Pro Bowler, current Baltimore Ravens fullback, special teams defensive stud, right? So I got him on the show Sunday. Drop a question on the Twitter hashtag Ask Project Pat. We'll answer some fan questions on the show. So super exciting to look forward to that. But it's not about that right now. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn your notifications on, comment down below, tell me who you want to have on the show. More importantly, comment during this broadcast. Show my man some love, and we're gonna bring it up on the screen. All right. So now that all that's out the way, let's learn a little bit about you. Tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do, and we'll have some good conversation. The floor is yours, my man.
Yo, what's up? My name's Luke Dalton. I'm from Crystal Lake, Illinois. I'm a 2022 offensive tackle. I'm 6'5", 300 pounds, and I'm ready to ball.
Ready to ball, right? So look, man, in ball you can. So I had your guy, Brian Allen, right? I had him on the show the other day. Super great
Yes, sir.
dude, man. And when I was watching his film, because we watched the film and broke it down, right? With Jordan from Prep Red Zone. And when we were watching the film, like the young man can play some ball, but it's pretty special because I had no idea you guys were teammates until Jordan mentioned it. And I was like, man, how does that work? So of course we talked to Brian, and it was like, how is it lining up against Luke, man? You got a top notch, offensive tackle, then you got a top
Yeah.
notch defensive lineman. Like that's got to be fun in practice. So just fun times, man. So let's learn a little bit about what you've been doing during this crazy extended COVID off season, man, because you guys have been off 17, 18 months now, right? I mean, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing to keep your body in shape and keep your mind right, during this time frame, man, to get ready for the season?
Right, right. So yeah, we had a long time off. There were hopes of playing a fall season, and then kind of just got washed down the drain. So we kind of, as a team, got together and we said, the only thing that's going to break us apart is ourselves. And if we keep our chemistry up and we're constantly just ready to go when the state of Illinois gives us a green light, we could do something with the season we get, whatever that looks like. So as a team, there was a lot of morale, keeping guys up. And then, independently, I kind of said, I have this opportunity right now to take my stock to the next level. And I have this opportunity while all the other guys are going through the process. I get to watch, my guys from Indiana, my guys from Wisconsin, all over the Midwest. I get to watch them, go through the recruiting process, distribute their junior film. And what I would do is I'd go watch on Twitter. I'd look up, on 24/7 Sports, who's the best kid in Michigan. I go watch him and I watch his offensive line film and I'd be like, okay, this is what I got to work on because he has offers from all the Big Ten. And so I was constantly looking like, what does this kid do that I want to work on? And then I connected with some guys that are really important. I work a lot with Fist Football.
Shout out to
And
Fist Football, right?
yeah, shout out to Fist Football. My guy, Sabo down there, he's an awesome guy. He's taught me a lot about O-line technique and really how to, put your strengths together. And, I went down there on the weekends and I was going to showcases all the time. And then, my life kind of turned into this homework lift showcases. And I was going with my mom all over the place to get to these showcases. And I was meeting connections. I probably know every Midwest scout there is for, Prep Red Zone, those guys. I love them over there. Made a ton of connections and, just built relationships. So now I have the guys that are watching me and now it's time to shine.
Yeah, man. So we've got one football game, right? We finally got to suit up, man. What
Yes,
was that
sir.
feeling like after such a layoff?
It was crazy. It was crazy. It it definitely was hard to get my younger guys really motivated, like the freshmen and the sophomores that are around our varsity program, and just getting them to realize that, like, if you're not doing this for yourself, because this year has been washed down, like, at least do it for the seniors. Like, really buy in and give these guys one last great ride. And that's kind of what it came down to. And we talked a lot, within the week leading up into the game. we have to set the tone. Marion Central used to be this great history program that would win state championships all the time. And, that culture kind of took a little bit of a hit. And, I remember as a freshman, I said to my quarterback, who's still my starting quarterback, I said, dude, we have an opportunity. Let's turn this program around. And, this year, with all the adversities and the hurdles we've jumped over, we have a real opportunity to show, McHenry County and the entire state of Illinois, we're not playing around. This is a real deal program, and we've got something here. And I hope I can lead the seniors out with one great last ride.
Yeah, man, that's incredibly well put, man. And you got to look forward to Friday Night Lights tomorrow night, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We play our rivals tomorrow night. We lost to them in overtime last year by a touchdown, so we're coming with revenge.
Very cool, man. So I'm gonna shift gears a little bit, right? Normally, I ask this, at another point in the segment, but I'm curious, when it's Friday Night Lights, man, when it's time to go to battle with your brothers, what do you got in your ears? What do you got playing? What's on the playlist that gets you hyped,
Ooh.
you ready to go?
Okay. Okay. So, leading up to the game, I like to listen to a little like chill stuff, and then we have this thing where it's probably been going on for the past decade, but um, we listen to Meek Mill as a team, the song "Dreams and Nightmares."
There you go.
It's like that's our song, and because you see classes that came before us, it was always this talk like, you get and the thing is with these private schools, you get dudes from all over the place. So you
Oh yeah,
pull this group of kids that are raggly, and no one really has a clue what's going on, and you put them in this culture, and that forms us into greatness. So that song is really relatable, at least to our program and our culture at Marion Central. So that's what we kind of thrive off of, and it gets everyone hyped up, and then we hit the field, we're ready to go.
man, that's huge. Man, look, I love me some Meek Mill, man. The championship
Yes,
album,
sir.
that's
Yes, sir.
that whole album was just outrageous. And I'm a big Eagles fan, so that's a plus too, right?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So that's super cool, man. Let's do this, man. Let's talk a little bit about any extracurriculars. You talked about some of the showcases, right? Obviously
Right.
you're now mid season or in season. Are you going to be at the line showcase in Iowa? Did you do the one in Wisconsin? Do you have any camp
Right.
combines or anything coming up?
So at least for the off season, I was all over the place. I hit the line, I hit EFT. I was at both of the three of the booms. I was in Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin. So I was making my way around. I hit Indiana, Iowa, Wisconsin, and Illinois for prep red zone. So I was really moving around a lot for prep red zone. But once now I'm in season, I'm thinking about maybe hitting the Iowa one just because I love my guys at Fist that run and C3 combines, Cream City. They're great guys up there too.
Yeah,
So maybe I'd make that one, but I'm really just focusing on being with my team now and really getting things rolling on Friday nights.
for sure, man. That's what I expected, but I figured I'd ask anyway, man. So let's do this. Do you hit the books as hard as you hit the field? What's the
Yes,
craze like?
sir. From day one, my parents said, if you want to legitimately do this college football thing, the biggest upper hand you could have is make sure that in a college locker room, the coach has to worry about you outside of the locker room the least. And that's kind of what I've been focusing on. I don't want to be a mess off the field. I don't want to be a liability. So the biggest thing I can control is the variable in the classroom. So I've rode steady through all of high school with above a 3.8, and I haven't taken the ACT yet. I'm taking that in April, so we'll see how that goes. But I've been tutoring. My studies are very important. It goes studies, football, and then family. That's kind of how we roll around here.
Very cool, man. Very, very cool. So look, you mix the grades, you mix the talent, that equals the recruiting process. Um,
Yes, sir.
what's that look like for you so far, man? How's
Man,
recruiting going? And then
recruiting's been
more importantly,
it's been crazy.
we can talk about it, but I want to know what was that breakthrough aha moment first, man? What
Okay.
did you
Okay.
do that made somebody say, "Hey, we want you to be a part of what we got. Here's your first blessing."
Right. So, I mean, I never really stood out and was like, I want to play college football. It was never, sixth grade, seventh grade. I was like, I want to play football, let alone I didn't even touch the field until freshman year. If
Oh
football
wow.
was not a sport I played, so I've only been playing for a little over 2 years, if that. Um, so you know, come when our dead period was over, which was I think September of last year. So come that dead period ending, I remember I woke up and I went on Twitter and I saw I got a message from Miami, Ohio, and I was like, "What the heck?" And I was like, they were like, "We're recruiting you now. Just want to let you know." And I was like, "What? Like, what are you talking about? Recruiting me?" It was such a foreign concept. And then it just got rolling. It was a fast paced thing, and then a couple months later, I got a call from Bowling Green, and they said, we really think you're a dude that can make a difference in our locker room and our culture, and help us win some games and be a big factor in our success. So we want to give you a full ride. And I was like, man, this is crazy. I never expected I'd be given a full ride to go play football. So and that was just more fuel to the fire. I was like, yeah, Bowling Green's amazing, and I'm gonna keep that in my back pocket. But I want to see what I can do with this, and I want to see how I can. So then my mind shifted to, all right, let's chase greatness on this. We've had a taste of one. Let's get some more, and that's kind of what my mind's been at. I'm not a settler, so I've mentally just been like, let's just go chase more.
Very cool, man. And you said the first one you woke up after the dead period to Twitter, right?
To Twitter, yeah.
Yeah.
Twitter is definitely the main connection. I build most of my connections. I reach out to all the coaches through Twitter, and then it moves to like phone calls and stuff.
Yeah, man. Look, that's exactly what I was looking for because that's exactly what I stress for anybody that feels under recruited or underrated, right? But they feel like they got a ton of talent. However, they're not on Twitter. Like, how are you not on Twitter, or how are you not putting
Yep.
work into Twitter? When that's realistically, the fast lane to the recruiting process, man. That's where all the eyes
Right.
are. Sure they're on Instagram probably, to an extent, maybe Facebook, Snapchat, whatever. But the reality is Twitter is basically the recruiting tool. That's
Right.
where you get contacted. That's where all the coaches are. They look at what you tweet, what you like, all that stuff. And if you're, doing yourself a disservice by not having a Twitter or not being active on Twitter, maybe they need to change that, right? So the fact that you just emphasized exactly how you woke up right after the dead period to Twitter, it goes hand in hand with exactly what I try to tell folks that are still looking to get that first opportunity. So thank you for that. Let's do this, man. Let's stop talking about football. Let's start talking about you. Let's learn a little bit about who Luke is outside of the game. So when you're not working out, when you're not training, when you're not at showcases, right? When you're not at any of those things, who are you outside the game? What do you like to do?
So the biggest thing I focus on is diversifying myself. I love like meeting new people and being around new environments. So I've been volunteering for a while with Big Brother Big Sister.
Okay,
So I have a little, and I spend a lot of time with him weekly. And
cool.
then just being active around my community, and then within our school too. I like to be involved in a lot of clubs and stuff. And then when I'm not doing that, it's, we're not playing football or lifting, but I'm always hanging out with my guys, and I'm always, helping our chemistry build off the team and off the field.
Look, you great individual, as a person, super talented on the field, great academics, man. You got the total package. You're exactly what any coach will look for when they want a natural born leader in their locker room, man. So keep
Well,
doing what
thank
you're
you.
doing.
Appreciate that.
Before I close this thing out, before I get into, my final question that I do every single time, I'm gonna hand you the floor. If you want to
Okay.
shout anybody out, man, by all means, take the time, shout out anybody that's in your corner helping you out, family, friends, coaches, whoever you want, man.
Okay. Well, I would definitely just first say thank you to my parents. I don't know if they're watching this, maybe they're not, but my parents definitely have put me in the right positions to be successful. And at the end of the day, I wouldn't have been here without them. So my biggest thanks goes out to them. And then all the coaches, and especially the trainers that I've worked with, again, my guys at Fist Football, Coach Kevin Sabo, best O-line coach I've ever had. And, he's taught me a lot about technique and how to put it into working. And yeah, all my teammates, and, keep an eye on us. We're going to do some greatness.
Very cool, man. So look, shout out to everybody that's in your corner. Shout out to Fist Football, man. I give them a lot of love on here. I've had Coach Solomon on here a few times. We need to run it back. I'm calling you out, Coach Solomon. Let's do this thing, all right? But nonetheless, man, look, I appreciate you taking the time doing this. I'm going to close it out with the same question. And that question is, what motivates and what drives you to want to wake up tomorrow and be that much more successful than you were today?
Well, I'm my own best critic, and I always think, what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? And I want my parents to be proud of me. I want my kids to be proud of me. So I want to be able to sit back one day when I've lived a great long life and say, this is what I did. This is what I'm proud of. This is my work. So that's what motivates me, and that's what makes me push myself so hard.
I love it, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. So look, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say stay safe, stay healthy, man. Go ball out for the rest of your spring season.
Yes, sir.
Just do what you do. Continue to rack up those blessings. Let's stay in contact, man. I love to run this back, throughout your career. And until then, man, I'm Rob Odie. This was Spotlight 39. That's it for this week. Stay tuned. Sunday night, I got my man Pat Ricard on the show. All right. Appreciate you, Luke.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.